My name is Niza Narshu, biology student, and our topic for today is all about the badminton. For my presentation, I'm going to discuss the history and origin, when and where it came from, the rules and regulation when playing badminton, and to know the basic skills of playing badminton and many more. So, what is battledore? Thousands of years ago, a game called battledore and shuttlecock was popular in Greece, India, and China. This game was comprised of a shuttlecock that was batted back and forth by multiple players. No net was involved, and the object of the game was to keep up the volley as long as possible. Originally a child's game, battledore and shuttlecock evolved into a competitive sport, and the game caught on with British soldiers stationed in the area in the year 1860 to 1870s, and they carried it back to their home country. In the year 1873, the Duke of Beaufort officially introduced this new fad to England at a party on his estate. This estate, located in Gloucestershire, and was called Badminton, which is how the name became associated with the sport. And badminton continued its rise in popularity through the rest of the century and the beginning of the next. In 1934, the International Badminton Federation was formed with 9 countries included in its membership. In 1948, saw the first official IBF tournament, and since then, multiple World Cups and events have taken place. Badminton made its Olympic debut in 1992 at the Barcelona Games. Badminton also is an extremely competitive sport in many countries and is becoming more and more popular all over the world. It is considered one of the favorite backyard sports of all time. Next one is the facilities and equipment used in badminton. First one is the racket. The badminton racket is one of the most important tools a player has in the game. Badminton rackets are much lighter than most other sports rackets because they are made from materials such as carbon fiber or lighter materials such as aluminum. Parts of the racket included the head, throat, shaft, and handle with a maximum length of 27.77 inches and a width of 9 inches. It is strings that are stretched across the opening of the racket in a checkerboard pattern, which acts as the hitting surface. Badminton rackets can vary widely in cost depending on whether they are purchased as part of a basic backyard set or as more expensive professional models. Next is the shuttlecock. The badminton shuttlecock, also referred as a shuttle or birdie, acts similarly to a ball and other racket sports. However, the design of the birdie creates more drag as it is propelled through the air due to its feathered shape. The shuttlecock is made up of a cone shape with a hard cork at its tip, and shuttlecocks can be made from a variety of materials. More expensive models are actually made from feathers, and less expensive models are made from plastic feathers. The shuttle has 16 feeders attached to the base, and the length of the feeders range between 2.44 and 2.75 inches. Another equipment used in badminton is net. Net divides the badminton court into two sides. A badminton net is placed lower than a volleyball net at 5 feet and 1 inch high on the sides and 5 feet high in the center. The length may vary depending on whether doubles or singles are playing, with singles reaching 17 feet and doubles reaching 22 feet. The net is 30 inches wide with a 3-inch white tape doubled over the top. The last one is the court of badminton. The badminton court should be 44 feet long by 22 feet wide if playing doubles, and 44 feet long by 17 feet wide for singles. If the facility is indoors, there needs to be enough height for the shuttlecock to be able to float across the net without hitting the ceiling. This height will vary depending on the strength of the players. There are different types of badminton court. First one is the synthetic surface badminton court. Second is the cement surface badminton court. Third one is the walled-in surface badminton court, and the last one is the acrylic surface badminton court. Next is the rules and regulations. A badminton match is played to the best of three games. A coin, toss or spinning of the racket determines first serve or choice of side. The object of a badminton game is to hit the badminton shuttlecock over the badminton net and onto the ground with a bounce on your opponent's sides of the court. A rally can also be lost by hitting the shuttle into the badminton net out of bounds before it crosses the net to your side, or if it strikes your clothing or body rather than your badminton racket. Next is the scoring formats or the scoring system of badminton. The modern badminton rules permit two different scoring formats. It is the service and rally. In service play, a badminton game is won by scoring 15 points in doubles and men's singles, or 11 points in women's singles. However, in rally play, 21 points are needed to win a badminton game. Next one is the violations while playing the game, also called faults. Fault is a violation of game rules, including but not limited to a serve, a serve that does not land in the service area, and a shot that lands outside the boundaries. A player or double partners hitting the badminton shuttlecock twice before it goes over the badminton net. A birdie that touches the ground before it is returned. Interval and change of ends. When the leading score reaches 11 points, players have a 60-second interval. A 2-minute interval between each game is allowed. In the third game, players change ends when the leading score reaches 11 points. Rules for singles. At the beginning of the game between 0 and 0, and when the server scores even, the server serves from the right service court. When the server score is odd, the server serves from the left service court. If the server wins a rally, the server scores a point and then serves again from the alternate service court. If the receiver wins a rally, the receiver scores a point and becomes the new server. They serve from the appropriate service court, left if their score is odd, and right if it is even. Rules for doubles. Each side has only one service. The serve the service passes consecutively to the players as shown in the diagram. At the beginning of the game and when the score is even, the server serves from the right service court. When it is odd, the server serves from the left court. If the serving side wins a rally, the serving side scores a point, and the same servers serves again from the alternate service court. Service and rally. In service, only the serving team may score a point. If the rally is lost, service passes to the opponent in singles play. And in double plays, except for the first service of a game, each player on a team is permitted to serve at least once before service is lost. However, in rally, a point can be awarded to either team. And in most cases, a point is awarded along with the resumption of service, except when a rally point is lost by the first members of a serving doubles team. In serving rules, as in tennis, badminton service is always done diagonally. For instance, from the right service court to the opponent's left service court. The first serve is always taken from the right court, and subsequent serves are taken from alternating sides. Line shots in badminton service or rallies are considered in, though court bounds are different for singles and doubles play. The back line is the same for both, but singles badminton is played with the narrower of the two sidelines. A serve that strikes the net and lands in the opponent's court is a let serve and is retaken. During service, players must stand on their respective service courts. The receiving player is not permitted to move his or her feet until the badminton shuttlecock has been struck. The highest part of the serving player's badminton waist must remain below his or her hand and waistline during service. In other words, only underhanded serves are permitted. How to keep score in badminton? Serving in a doubles match basically boils down to the following. There is two more just serving right. The side which wins a rally will get a point no matter they are serving or not. The side who wins will serve the next point. Do I serve from the left or the right? This depends on the score of the serving party. If the score is 0 or even, the team will serve from the right. If the score is odd, the team will serve from the left. Should you and your partner switch service card left to right, right to left? The answer is no. Therefore, when your side is not serving, don't switch side. When you lose a point, don't switch side. When the other side serves and you win this point, don't switch side. Basic skills of badminton that every player must know, whether a beginner or an advanced badminton player. First, basic badminton skills is grip. And there are three kinds of grip. First one is the forehand grip. The forehand grip is the most used grip to play different shots, and it is used for forehand clear, smash, or slice, drop, drive, lift, serve, and net shot. It is very similar to shaking hands with your friend. There should be a V-shaped space between your thumb and index finger. Your thumb should always be below the index finger. And remember, please do not hold the racket too tight. It will restrict you from the changing the grip to another grip easily. Second one is the backhand grip. Backhand grip is the second most used grip. Also, it is the same as holding a frying pan in the kitchen. Remember that player's thumb should be placed on the wider section of the racket handle, and racket strings should be facing upwards. This grip is used for backhand serve, backhand drive, and double defense. Next is the bevel grip. This grip is mostly used for backhand, clear, and singles defense. It allows you to rotate your backhand fully to generate more power while hitting a backhand. Last one is the panhandle grip. This grip is mostly used in doubles when the player is in front of the court. It is easy to net kill a shuttle with a panhandle grip with the help of wrist and finger power. Let's move on to the second basic skills of badminton, which is stances. Stances are very important while playing badminton. You can increase your hand-eye coordination, power, and control on the shuttlecock. And there are three types of stances: serve stance, attacking stance, and defense stance. So, serve stance. If you are right-handed, your left leg should be ahead of your right leg, and your racket should be in a beveled grip. Your right foot should go forward while receiving a shuttlecock, and a beveled grip will help you switch grips easily. Attacking stance. If you are right-handed, your right hand should be above your shoulders, and your right hand should go backward. This stances helps you rotate the body properly and generate more power. Defense stance. This stance helps you see the shuttle carefully and return it easily. You can miss many smashes if you do not use this stance properly. On this stance, your legs should parallel each other with a little bend, and your racket should be ahead of your body. Next is serve. It doesn't matter how good you play if you cannot perform a good serve. The game starts with a service, so you must be good at it. Professional players never want to give a point while making a service. That's why they practice it thousands of times. Service is always done cross court. If the points are even, the player will serve from the right side to the left side of the opponent's court, and if the points are odd, then a player performs the service from his court to the opponent's cross court. High serve. This service is mostly used by women singles players globally, and sometimes male singles players also use it. There is always a chance to give an attacking position to your opponent by performing this service. That's why male singles players rarely use it. On this service, the player hits the shuttle upwards and wants it to land near the rear end court. Flick serve. This type of service is used to surprise your opponent. While performing 4 to 5 low serve continuously, the player's opponent may be ready to step forward and tap the shuttle. And that's where a good player performs a flick server. On this service, the player hits the shuttle to the rear court of the opponent in singles and the end court of serve in doubles. Drive serve. This type of serve is advanced serve, which is mostly used in. This serve is performed with forehand technique, but instead of hitting upward, a player hits the shuttle flatter to their opponents. This service could give you an easy point, but there are many rules and regulations for this service also. And read them first before performing this service in your game, otherwise you might lose a point. Clear or lob shot. Clear is the most basic badminton shot played by a player. Doesn't matter you're a beginner or an advanced player. The first shot anyone plays while knocking is the forehand clear. In this shot, the player hits the shuttle to the rear court of the opponent, so that the opponent can have difficulty returning the shuttle from the rear end court. There are two ways to play this shot: the forehand clear and the backhand clear. Forehand clear. In this shot, the player hits the shuttle using a forehand grip on the rear court of the opponent. Backhand clear. In this shot, the player hits the shuttle using a backhand or a bevel grip to the rear end court of the opponent. Drop shot. In this shot, the player hits the shuttle slowly to land it just over the net. These shots give a chance to be in attacking position, and if the opponent returns their shuttle half court, there will be a good chance to hit a powerful smash and wins a point. There are two ways to play this shot. First one is the forehand shot. In this shot, the player slowly hits the shuttle using a forehand grip to land it just over the net. Next is the backhand drop. This type of drop is difficult to master. In this type of shot, the player uses the backhand grip and hits the slowly snap to land it just near the net. Smash shot. Smash is the most effective shot you can play to win a point. In this shot, the player hits the shot with the full power to the opponent's badminton court, and because of its speed, the opponent finds it difficult to return the shot. This shot also can be played in two ways: the forehand smash and the backhand smash. Forehand smash. In this smash, the player hits the shuttle at full speed using the forehand grip, and the player mostly uses this type of smash. Backhand smash. This type of smash is hard to master, but you can win many points if you learn it. In this shot, the player hits the smash with full power using the backhand grip on the opponent's court. The doubles badminton strategies. First one is racket up. Specialize in certain strokes. Doubles play requires communication. Side-by-side formation. At the center, shots are predetermined. Front and back formation. The side shot a problem. Combination of formation. In and out. The combination of side-by-side and front-back. Singles badminton strategy. First is ready position at center. Racket up and throw racket during shot. Serve long unless opponent is deep. Use forehand shot the most. Return a high serve with a drop clear. Do not smash a high serve. Use a variety of shots. Aim for back and sides of court. Watch the shuttle at all times. Block shots or defensive shots. There are four types of badminton service court: the service court, long service line, short service line, and the center line. For service court, it is an area into which the serve must be delivered, and different for singles and doubles play. For long service line, For singles play, the back boundary line, and doubles play, it is a line 2.5 feet inside the back boundary line, and the serve may not go past this line. For short service line, the line is 6.5 feet from the net which a serve must reach, and the center line it is separate for service courts. The badminton serve mechanics. For short serve, hold the shuttle at base between thumb and forefinger. Drop shuttle in front and away front body. Short serve initiated by underhand stroke. Contact at knee level in front of front foot. For backhand serve, wrist flick deception serve. There are 7 kinds of offensive badminton shots: the serve, rally, half-court shot, drive, smash, kill, and put away. For serve or service, is stroke to begin play. For rally, exchange, it is an exchange of shots. For the half-court shot, shot hit low to mid-court. For the drive, fast low shot horizontally over mid. And smash, hard high downward attack shot. Kill, hard, fast, downward and returned shot. Put away, it is a kill shot. The badminton short service. Hold a shuttle at base between thumb and forefinger. Make the same movement as if you were serving low. Aim for white border of net to keep serve low. And aim for the corners. The badminton mass instruction. For mass group instruction, volleyball nets may be strung the length of the gymnasium. Stations can be set up using the volleyball courts, corners and walls of the gymnasium. 6 players can use one badminton court for instruction and stroke drills. For doubles badminton, first serve is always from the right then alternate, and doubles partners change places on the side of the court. On a loss of serve, the next serve is from where partners left off. And the exemptions, as in doubles racquetball and handball, allows the first team only one serve to start a doubles game. The badminton safety, which can keep the player safe while playing. Racket can injure when swung randomly. Goggles are recommended for doubles. Shuttle achieves initial high speed. Shuttle and end size can cause eye trauma. Caution for collisions during mass practice. Before to end my presentations, please watch these videos for more information about the demonstrations of badminton skills.
Alright guys, so now we move on to the serve. So there are different kind of serves and different kind of formats of the games. So we'll begin with a single serve, which is very traditional high and long service. So in badminton, earlier times when the game was developing, over time now services have become way more shorter and faster because game have become a lot faster. But I would still go back to the basic fundamental service, which is a high and long serve. So in that serve, what we do is, usually in singles, try to stay 2 steps behind the service line, which is pretty much close to the center of the court. So you're here, so 1 and 2. So you stay 2 steps behind the service line, and this will be your position for single service, the high and long serve. So your racket and your bird will be almost in the same height, or it can be a little higher too. If you take a look at my toe, my right toe, it's upwards since I'm lefty. If you're a right-handed player, it's gonna be a left. So I would break it into 3 parts. This is position 1. You get ready to serve. Now in position 2, the toe comes down, your heel comes up on your playing foot, and your racket gets ready to swing. Now in position 3, you're gonna hit the bird high and long. So the ideal ideal position for your service, where you hit the bird, is near the service line and the back line in the corner. So this spot right here is a sweet spot for a good serve, because from here your opponent doesn't really have any sharp angle to any of the corners. If you serve high and long in the middle, no matter what your opponent gonna hit in any corner, it's gonna be kind of same distance and same sharpness of the angle. Now, sometimes your opponent is good from the center court, so you might want to change the position of your serve. Still, it's gonna be high and long, but it could go from here to all the way here, and that's when anticipation comes in role. You know, you serve to the side, you anticipate for a sharper shot, you retrieve it, and you take advantage of your opponent's thinking that, okay, he's gonna hit this, let me just hit serve there so that he hits a good shot, and I take it. Now I'll show you that second kind of serve. So the first one went all the way in the middle, same action. The second serve will go all the way to the side. So these two kind of serves will help you, push your opponent back in the serve itself. Now, as I said, now these days game is changing. So a lot of people are doing short serves in singles as well. So short serve, we can do it with multiple ways. One of them will be forehand short serve, so that you can deceive them by not letting them know if you're going for a high serve or a long serve. You hold the right position, just like you did the long service, but in the end, you end up doing a short serve. So you change the base of your racket, in the end, just do a short serve. So that's the short serve. You can do the short serve with a backhand as well. So, same thing, we stay a little back. Since we are playing singles, we're gonna take care of the whole court by ourselves. So, short serve, usually I keep my playing foot in front. You could do this as well. This helps me to get ready faster after service. So, you're gonna hold the bird with the feather. You're gonna use your thumb. And as I showed in the service chapter, we're gonna hold a little shorter grip, which helps us swing your racket better. So, you go a short serve. So this is short serve for singles. Now we move on to a flick serve. So when you're ready to serve and you know that your opponent has started reading your serve and he's coming and he's killing you too many times, attacking on your serve itself. Sometimes you shock him, you surprise him with a flick serve. So you try to keep your action as same as possible, but in the end you give it a hard jerk with your thumb and the serve goes all the way back. So what happens, your opponent is getting ready to come up on you, but the bird goes back and you take an advantage on your serve. So these were the serves for singles. Now we move on to doubles. So in doubles, we try to keep the bird low as possible, because the moment you give it high, the game is so fast, the other person will kill you. And eventually, you're going to have to offense. If you be defensive all the time, you cannot win the rally. To finish the rally, you have to be in offense. So now we're going to move on to the double service. Unlike singles, in doubles, you stay as close as possible to the service line. So while I'm telling you the service for doubles, there are rules, certain rules in doubles, like there is a certain height. Even in singles, those rules apply. So make sure, usually in World Badminton tournaments now, they have an instrument, an equipment which measures the height of serving person and gives a fault or whatnot. But when you don't have it, try to take an idea with your last rib. So the bird contact should be below your last rib, and your racket head should be below, facing downwards, below your serving thumb. So when you serve, you try to serve as close as possible to the service line and as low as possible, close as possible to the net, so that they cannot come and attack your serve. So in doubles, we have different kind of serves. Short serve as well, you can go very soft, or you could go for a serve a little longer, which goes onto the body of your opponent, which enables you to stun them, and they cannot come up on you. They cannot come jump on the net. And then, just like I told you guys in the back serve, there are different points of serving. You could serve in the center of the court, just like I did in the beginning, or you could serve, to distract them all the way to the side. When you serve all the way to the side, then when they are ready over here, they're taking your shots all the time here. You suddenly change it, they have to go to the side. that kind of disturbs their momentum, and it's more tactical. So you guys keep on thinking, how do I change my serve?
How we should be standing when our opponent hits the shuttle. There are different ways to stand based on three things: the situation in the rally, options our opponent has and what we are anticipating them to play. So watch until the end to ensure you're always ready for every shot. The first stance we're going to look at is the racket leg in front position. We want to stand like this to prepare ourselves to move forwards and backwards quickly. This position doesn't allow us to move sideways very well, so it shouldn't be used when defending, as it's difficult to transfer the weight in the right direction for singles and can leave areas exposed in doubles. We'll have the racket leg in front for singles, and we've played a good soft shot to the net, like a drop shot, net shot, or a block. In all these scenarios, our opponent can only hit upwards, meaning they can't attack, so they only have the option to play a net shot or a lift. Having our feet set up like this means we can move forwards to the net quickly. Remembering this is the shot we have the least amount of time to retrieve. This will increase our ability to intercept the shot early. We also need to move backwards, so the racket leg in front allows us to push off, turn, and get the hips and body in a better position for those lifts, getting our body behind the shot, giving us more time to attack. There may be times where we need to adjust our stance mid-rally, where we're looking to go from defence to attack. Here we'll need to switch into this racket leg in front position when we've hit a good return. This will allow us to counter and look to attack. This stance is also very useful in doubles when you've stepped in and playing a fast counter-attacking shot and you're looking to press the net and counter. Again, this means we can be fast on any returns to the net, but means we're prepared to move backwards even if they flick over the top. This is great for when you're anticipating the shot to the front and want to get there early. Next up is our square arm position. This is used in preparation for our opponent's attacking shots, so basically when we are defending. When defending, the shot we have the least amount of time for is the smash, so it's important we're prepared for this every time. In singles, this stance helps us move sideways more quickly by transferring our weight in the right direction, but also allows us to move forward to the other corners effectively as well. But remember, we have more time to return those. Ultimately, if we aren't prepared for the smash, there is a good chance our opponent can hit an outright winner. This is also a great position for when you're first learning to defend in doubles, because it allows you to defend the smash no matter where your opponent places it, and will also allow you to move forwards and backwards to defend too. We've included this in this section, but there's also a more advanced variation to this for our doubles defence. That is defending with our racket legs slightly back, but hips still facing forward. This is important to learn as our game progresses, as it gives us more space and keeps the hip out of the way when defending those more difficult smashes aimed at our racket hip area. Next up, before we look at the more advanced one to finish off, is our return of service stance. A common mistake we see here with club players is that they stand with their racket leg in front. This limits the size of the lunge when moving forward for the low serve and makes it difficult to get back in a side-on position quickly for the flick serve, making it difficult for us to attack. Having our non-racket leg in front allows us to step in on our racket leg and intercept the shuttle as close as possible to the net. This will give us more angles and more options on our returns. It also allows us to sidestep backwards, meaning our body is already in a good position to hit hard and attack. I'd recommend here starting with the hips slightly turned out so that it's not like we're balancing on a tightrope when we're returning that serve. I'd also have the back heel off the ground so the muscles are primed, ready to move more explosively because we're lower to the ground. Last and final, and this one, is having our non-racket leg in front. This is used more at top level and mainly in singles as well. Using this stance depends on how well you can cover the ball with your footwork and how well you can spot patterns and anticipate our opponent's next shot. This is used when we are anticipating a lift to our forehand. If we can connect shots together and anticipate when that lift is coming, we can switch our feet in preparation and bring that non-racket leg in front so we are set up to move to that corner quickly. This could give us the attack and the opportunity for a big winning shot, and could even win us the point outright. It can be difficult to move to our forehand rear court corner, especially when we have our non-racket leg in front for singles, because we are set up looking for the net, and from here can be difficult to turn and get our body in a good position to attack. So this can be a great solution if our opponent is continuously flicking us flat into our forehand corner, and can help us exploit this. The only problem with having our non-racket leg in front and standing in this position is the opposite two corners are hard to move to. This is why you need to be quick, strong, and have adequate footwork to cope with these gaps. It leaves us exposed not only in our forehand forecourt area, but also around the head side too. This is why we also need to have excellent technique, because if our opponent spots us connecting these shots together and looking for that lift in the forehand and play something else, then we need to be able to play ourselves back into the play. Hopefully that clears up how and why we stand in certain positions.
And it's not a smash either, it's more flat and long. Alright guys, let's get started. So usually when we play drives, you can use both forehand and backhand grip. So if you look at them, their playing foot is leading in front, and they're using both the grips, forehand and backhand. If you look at Fizal, if you look at his grip, he's using a backhand grip. So his grip, his thumb is the one leading too much to hit the shot. If you look at Ankit, it's more forehand grip. So this is what we call a drive. So in drive, sometimes it's an offensive drive, sometimes it's a defensive drive. So now Ankit will be moving forward and Fizal will be going back in defense. So if you see now, Fizal's racket goes down and Ankit's racket is up. Likewise, now we're going to do opposite. Ankit will be moving back, Fizal will be moving forward, and now Ankit goes down. So it's more backhand. So this was drive. This is what we call a drive. Now we move next shot. Next skill is a clear. So clear is something high and long from the back of the court to the other back of the court, and we try to hit it as long as possible, of course without hitting out. So the ideal spot to hit a clear is all the way back to this corner. It's not just about hitting back, it's about hitting to the corner as well. It should not be in the middle. If it's in the middle, it's too easy for your opponent to take it. Alright guys, we start the clear. Now if you look at them, what we were explaining in the footwork, if you pay attention, that's exactly how they're moving. They're using the scissor kick and they're hitting the shot. Now they're using their body movement, their wrist, the flick of their wrist. Everything is working all together simultaneously to produce a nice, clear and crisp shot. So this is what we call a clear. Now while they are hitting it, we move to a drop. So now one person will be dropping and one person will be lifting. So now if you see, Ankit is lifting, Fizal is dropping. So now if you see, he's always taking his right foot in front, he's using his thumb and lifting the bird nice and long. And if you look at Fizal, he's shuffling back, scissor kick, using a soft wrist movement, very smooth movement, and hitting the bird downwards as close as possible to the net. So this is what we call a drop, and this is what we call a lift. Now we move to the net drop. So both of them will be standing at the net, and you hit the bird as close at the net. So first, it's a normal net drop. Very plain, you just hit the bird and get it on the other side of the court. This is what we call a net drop. Now if you guys notice at their feet, again their legs, their right foot is leading the way because both of them are right-handed players. Now this was the normal drop. In this, a little advance is a net spin. So now if you see, the bird will start dribbling a little bit, a wobble. You see that little dribble? The spinning called a net spin or a dribble Different countries have different names for it. Some guys say it's a lob, some guys say it's a dribble, some guys say, it's a net spin. So the basically word should be spinning fast enough so that it makes it harder for your opponent to take it. Alright, this was about net draw. Now we move to smash. I know a lot of you want to learn how to hit a harder smash, more effective smash. Now let's see how we hit a smash. One of them will be hitting a smash, one of them will be lifting. So we are covering again 2 shots. One skill is a lift, how to defend a smash. One is a smash, how to hit a smash. Ankit will be lifting, Fisal will be smashing. Alright guys, let's get started. So now, first we'll pay attention to Ankit. He's doing the defense, his body position, his stance, and how he's using his wrist to flick the bird as long and high as possible. Alright guys, let's get started. So if you see, he's standing downward, squatting down, and lifting as high and long as possible. So if you see, he's keeping his racket away from his body so that he has enough room to swing his racket fast enough. So this is what we call a lift. And if you see, he's always moving along with the bird and he's moving on his toes. Now if you look at Fisal, now he's doing a smash. So first he's showing the normal smash, just the normal scissor kick smash. Now in this, his body is grounded, it's a little bit of jump, and he's using his wrist flick. Now he'll be moving to the jump smash. So now if you see, it's both legs up and he's smashing the bird hard down the court. Both legs up, hard down the court. So this was full smash.